What if everything you believe about ancient love and marriage turns out to be completely wrong?
For centuries, experts argued whether our ancestors loved one partner for life or many partners at once. New DNA evidence, AI fossil reconstruction, and ancient bones are finally revealing the real, surprising answer today.
This isn't a simple yes or no story, and the real truth is far stranger than fiction.
Stay with me, because by the end, you will never think about relationships the same way again.
Scientists first compared us to chimpanzees, bonobos, gorillas, and gibbons, hoping our closest relatives held the answer. Chimpanzee groups are fiercely competitive, where females often mate with several different males within one community. Bonobos use affection and physical closeness constantly, easing tension and conflict inside their tightly knit social groups. Gorillas usually live in harems, where one dominant, powerful male controls access to every female in his group. Gibbons, unlike the others, typically form long-term pairs that stay bonded together for many, many years.
Humans don't cleanly match any single one of these primate patterns, and that puzzled researchers for decades.
That mismatch hinted our ancestors' love lives were shaped by something far more complicated than simple instinct. Modern anthropology now shows early humans likely tried different relationship systems, depending entirely on their environment and resources. Ancient burial sites across Africa, Europe, and Asia reveal something remarkable, buried beneath thousands of years of soil. Men, women, and children were often buried together, surrounded by shared tools, ornaments, and meaningful symbolic objects. These graves strongly suggest long-term family bonds, along with real cooperative parenting between multiple adult caregivers. But genetic studies also reveal something else entirely happening between these ancient, seemingly separate human communities everywhere. Neighboring groups frequently exchanged partners, which prevented dangerous inbreeding and increased crucial genetic diversity across generations. Those stable pair bonds may have existed, yet they lived inside much larger, deeply interconnected social networks.
These weren't isolated nuclear families like today. They were wide webs of cooperating relatives and close allies.
Modern genome sequencing lets scientists trace prehistoric family relationships with a precision nobody imagined was possible.
Ice Age remains show children often lived surrounded by close relatives, across 3 or even 4 generations. That same ancient DNA also reveals constant migration, intergroup marriages, and people traveling incredible distances to belong somewhere. This paints ancient humans as social, adaptable, and cooperative, never locked into one rigid, universal mating strategy.
Raising a human child has always demanded years of exhausting, constant care before that child becomes independent.
That brutal challenge likely encouraged stronger pair bonds, since 2 caregivers dramatically boosted a child's chance of survival. But pair bonding rarely guaranteed lifelong exclusivity for every single couple across every ancient human community studied. Researchers now believe flexible systems combining partnerships, extended family, and wider community support all shape childhood survival.
Here's a question worth sitting with for a moment before we continue further into this fascinating story. If pair bonds genuinely helped ancestors survive, why do scientists still argue humans aren't naturally, strictly monogamous?
The answer combines evolutionary biology, genetics, archaeology, and increasingly powerful artificial intelligence working together on ancient evidence. Human males are only moderately larger than females, unlike species where one dominant male controls entire harems. Male gorillas, for example, can weigh nearly double a female's size because they constantly fight over mates. Humans show only moderate physical differences between sexes, hinting their ancestors faced far less extreme male competition. Many evolutionary anthropologists believe this points toward greater cooperation existing naturally between ancient human males and females. Our bodies simply lack the exaggerated features common in species built for constant, brutal reproductive competition.
Instead, natural selection likely rewarded intelligence, communication, and long-term investment over pure physical dominance and conflict.
That doesn't prove lifelong monogamy existed everywhere. but it shows stable bonds became genuinely valuable over time. Modern genetic research adds another fascinating layer, sequencing prehistoric genomes across Europe, Asia, and Africa simultaneously. Scientists discovered female exogamy, where women left their birth communities entirely to join their new partners group. This clever strategy reduced inbreeding, strengthened alliances between neighboring tribes, and boosted genetic diversity across regions. Other locations reveal complex kinship networks, shared childcare duties, and multiple related households working closely together. Rather than one universal system, evidence shows remarkable diversity across different regions and vastly different time periods.
Artificial intelligence is now transforming this entire field, analyzing thousands of measurements faster than any human ever could.
AI modeling helps archaeologists identify family relationships inside burial sites and reconstruct entire ancient community interactions.
Isotope analysis reveals exactly where people grew up, using chemical signatures hidden inside their teeth and bones. Together, these tools trace ancient migration with a precision earlier generations of researchers could only dream about.
Evolutionary psychologists stress that human reproduction always involves serious trade-offs between competing survival and mating strategies.
Males could theoretically gain more offspring through multiple partners, yet investing resources dramatically improved children's survival odds.
Females often gained real survival advantages by choosing partners willing to offer protection, food, and long-term support. Many researchers now believe humans evolved capacity for both long-term bonding and remarkable behavioral flexibility simultaneously. Depending on ecology, resources, disease risk, and social stability, different populations likely favored very different relationship strategies.
Evolution never produced one single rulebook for human relationships. Instead, it produced incredible adaptability across every population.
Studies of contemporary hunter-gatherer societies show the exact same striking diversity found inside ancient human remains.
Some groups form long-term pair bonds lasting many years, exactly like the ancient burial evidence we discussed.
Others practice polygyny, serial partnerships, or cooperative child-rearing involving grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, and close neighbors. During food scarcity, stable partnerships and cooperative parenting often improve children's odds of surviving to adulthood.
In resource-rich environments, alternative family structures could succeed just as well under completely different social pressures.
Evolution consistently rewarded flexibility instead of forcing every human population into one single, rigid social pattern.
Here's something most people never consider when they confidently argue about how ancient relationships truly worked.
Modern brain imaging reveals specialized neural systems tied directly to attachment, trust, empathy, and long-term bonding. Hormones like oxytocin and vasopressin strengthen emotional connections between romantic partners, parents, and their growing children. Emotionally connected parents likely invested more time and energy raising offspring, improving those children's odds of survival.
But neuroscientists stress these bonding systems never eliminate humanity's incredible diversity of relationship behavior across cultures.
Culture, personal experience, environment, and individual psychology all interact constantly with biology to shape our relationships. Our brains evolved deep capacity for commitment, yet also evolved enough flexibility to adapt to changing conditions.
So claims that humans are purely monogamous or purely polygamous ignore decades of overwhelming scientific evidence entirely.
Prehistoric humans displayed a wide range of behaviors, shaped by geography, climate, migration, and available local resources. Human evolution isn't really about stronger bodies alone. It's the story of increasingly sophisticated human cooperation together.
So the next time someone confidently claims one single answer, remember, our real legacy was learning to adapt.